Hey, it's Narelle from Threadistry, and today I've got a fun tutorial for you showing you how to make your very own felt mistletoe. You can make it as a little ornament to hang on the Christmas tree or hang from where you want your kisses, or you can even turn it into your very own hair clip. I think this will probably look better on my daughter, but hey, no harm in trying to get a few extra kisses this Christmas. Head to the Threadistry website to get the project templates and step-by-step photo instructions, or follow along with this video. So here we are with our supplies. We have my felt already cut out. We have a matching thread for the felt. We have ribbon to create a cute little bow. We have some little elastic to make a hanging loop. Some red thread just to secure the bow. And some white seed beads with white thread and a hand sewing needle. You need quite a fine one to be able to thread through the seed beads. So let's see how to do this. So I've threaded my needle with green thread and have a knot in the end of the thread. And what I want to do is curl up the end of that bottom leaf to create a little bit of a pinched effect. It gives it a more dynamic, realistic effect. And I'm just going to whip stitch it closed, taking care to not get my thread in a tangle. So all the way to the end of that first leaf. And then I'll repeat that on the other leaf, just pinch it together. This one. I mean, you could tie it off, but I'm just going to continue on sewing with the same thread. I'm going to do one more stitch on that one. And I'm just going to loop the stitch back to here, slide it through, and do that third leaf. Just creating a bit of a pinch. Lots of little fidgety bits. And making a mess of this. I think I need a third hand. There we go. Oh no, there we don't. So there we've given our 3 lower leaves that bit more of a 3-dimensional shape. And now we're going to turn this. And I'm sliding up here, making sure I don't pull that too tight. And I just want to roll up this stem. To create that same kind of twiggy 3D effect. I think it's going to be easier if I go this way. And it doesn't really matter how your stitches are, because it kind of adds to the viney vibe, that kind of natural look to it. So just keep working my way up. And when we get to the end, we tie a knot to secure it. And snip that thread. So there we go. It's starting to come along. Got that nice 3D kind of vibe to it. And we'll once again pinch the bottom of the leaf and secure that. To create that nice little pinched effect. Do an extra stitch there. And then I'm not going to stitch all the way up because I'm just going to stitch it along the end of here. More stitch here, and then just stitch it on to the side of my main section. And then I'll do a couple of stitches across the top there to secure it nicely. And tie a knot. I'm just going to slide that through here so that I don't have to trim too close to my knot. That makes it just a little bit more secure. Trim my thread. That's looking pretty good. So just repeat that for the next 2 sides, next 2 leaves. Now we need to add the seed beads to create the little berries. So I'm going to end up with a bow on the end, so I think I need a little bunch here and a little bunch there. That will look cute. So I've got my white thread, I've tied a knot in the end. I think I'm going to do my first lot about here. I just pop that through where I want the first bead, then I hook a bead onto my needle, slide it down all the way down, and just do another little loop to hold that bead in position. Grab another bead, try not to ping them across the room. Oh gosh. Coordination's not my strong point today. Slide it. Oh gosh. Slide it into position. Once again, drop down and pop up again. And do as many beads as you like, wherever you feel like. I know that odd numbers, tends to look the best. So let's see how 3 looks. I think I'm going to do a couple more. And after you've got your beads in position, tie a knot. Try not to get your leaves in a tangle. Or your thread for that matter. I like to do a double knot. I don't want those beads going anywhere. Okay. And trim the thread. So there we have our one little set of berries. And I'm going to do another little set down there. Just down, I think. Okay, so I'm doing them about here. I think a little bunch of 3 there looks quite good, so I'm going to tie that off. Snip the thread. And there we go. We'll do 1 bunny ear. We'll do 2 bunny ears. We'll cross over. And then we'll loop that one to the back into this hole and pull it tight. But obviously not too tight, as we don't want to lose our tails. Now we can see that this side and this knot are upside down. So we'll just loosen a bit and twist, so that that is the right bit at the center. Smooth it out a little bit. It's looking better, but this side still needs a twist as well. So I'm basically just twisting it behind that knot, pulling tight, and then whilst holding the knot, adjusting the bows. Oop, that's flipped back. Gosh, I'm not coordinated today. So there we have our cute little bow. Smooth out that center. So I have my 3 little sprigs of mistletoe. I have my elastic cord that I've tied a knot in the end. I have a small piece of ribbon, and I have a bow made out of ribbon. And some red needle and thread. So first what I'm going to do is stitch my cord to the back of one of my sprigs, using that knot to help hold it in place. Going to go through the middle, do a bit of a figure 8, because you don't want that cord to come out. Making sure it's nice and tight. And I'll do a few loops below the knot as well. It kind of doesn't matter how this looks because it's going to get covered in ribbon. Oh my, doesn't need to look that bad though, does it? There we go. And I'll just tie a knot, but I won't snip it off because I may as well use the same thread to loosely tie my 3 sprigs together. Decide how you want it, whether you're going to be hanging it so you want it to look good from all sides, or whether you're just going to be popping it on the Christmas tree or against a wall or on a hair clip, where it doesn't matter so much which side looks good and which doesn't. So I'm just going to paste them all together. And cover up that knot a bit. I mean, if you'd used green thread, you could have just left it like that, I suppose. But why not do things extra cute and cover up the mess with a little bit of ribbon. So I'm just going to baste that in place, or sew it in place. With not my neatest sewing. Must be getting close to Christmas and I'm rushing to just get everything done. The beginning there. What I'm going to do is snip the ribbon. Should probably seal the end of that ribbon, but to make sure it doesn't unravel, but I'll be okay today. Just stitch along. And then do a quick stitch along the bottom of that ribbon to hold it in place. You could also hot glue this, but this is a sewing blog, not a hot glue blog. I think that's going to be the front of mine. I will stick on a bow because sure it looks cute, but it could look cuter with a bow. And tying a knot at the end. Snip my threads. Somehow I only snipped one. Don't snip my hanging loop. There we have a super cute mistletoe, just ready for kissing.